the Spirit of Excellence, part 2. Yeah, so like I was saying in my last video, I was feeling a little discouraged yesterday, and I'm like, is it something wrong with me for me going above and beyond? Is it something wrong with me for trying to help, trying to be there, trying to motivate, trying to encourage, just trying to shine my light? Ultimately, it's just shining your light. Just shine your light. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. And I'm glad that, like I said, lately he's been putting excellence, that word, on my spirit, because before I gaslit myself, I made sure before I gaslit myself that I talked to God about it first. Because, like I said, I was just a little discouraged. Like, is it me? Is it me? Because it's almost like people have an attitude when you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. Sometimes people feel a type of way, like, mm. And that's what it talks about in this article as well. It talks about how the spirit of excellence can attract envy. So let's read some of that, and then I'm going to read the 7 manifestations of the spirit of excellence. I'm going to read that for you guys. Yeah. So don't gaslight yourself. If you know, like, you're doing good, and you know that you're a kind person, and you know that you're just being a helpful person, but then you can just tell that people are starting to get an attitude with you, and people are starting to feel some type of way, and people will say things like goody two shoes, or, oh, you're a cheerleader. I heard that. You're this. Don't let it get to you, because sometimes it is an underhanded compliment. you know so I had to talk to the Lord about it, and then He renewed my mind, and He refreshed my energy to let me know. He refreshed my spirit, excuse me, to let me know, like, no, you're just operating in the spirit of excellence. And that's when I found this article. And when I find articles like this that just speak to my soul, I get a boost of energy. So let me read this. All right. So the example that they are using is Daniel. They're using Daniel as the example of excellence. Okay. So, what the manifestation of an excellent spirit does. 7 manifestations of the spirit of excellence. Number 1, it brings you before great people of authority. One of my favorite scriptures is in Proverbs, where it says, your gifts and talents will bring you before great men. You'll see that in some of my descriptions on my channel. I love that because I truly believe that. So, yeah. Yeah, And they're talking about Daniel and Nebuchadnezzar and how he was able to interpret. Number 2, it gives you discipline and self-control. Yes, the self-control to not snap, the self-control to think before you speak, the discipline to, heck, do your skincare routine, the discipline to get up and go to work every day, the discipline to get up and make sure you at least get a walk in every day, the discipline to try new things, the discipline to always pray, the discipline. Like, the discipline is very, oh my God. Yeah, somebody came that's always flirting with me, so I was just like, oh my God. But anyways, the discipline to learn something new. Do you know people will have a problem because you're learning something new? But yes, discipline and self-control. Number 3. Number 3, it puts you above the best. I need you to be self-aware. If you carry the spirit of excellence, this message may not be for everyone, but if you know that you carry the spirit of excellence, That spirit puts you above the best. They may do it, but you do it better. This is not from an arrogant place. I need you to know. Because it's obvious. It's obvious. This is why they're mad, is because it's obvious. It's obvious. All right? Number 4. Number 4, it makes you become impeccable in character. Yes. Number 5, it can attract jealousy, envy, and opposition. Well. All right. The opposition. I want to add one more thing to that. Competition. People will begin to be in silent competition with you. And all you're doing is your very best. All you're doing is what you know to do. They begin to compete with you. And you know they're competing with you because they start doing things that you do that they never done before. It's good because it boosts the morale. It's great that people want to be happy that your light inspires people to do better. So this is not a bad thing, but when we're talking about jealousy, envy, and opposition, those can be bad. They are bad. Not can be. I'm trying to sugarcoat it a little bit, but as you know, on my page, we can get very, very blunt and very direct, and then the people get upset. But they're jealous because you choose to swoop your edges. They don't. Nothing to do with me. And mind you, you might not even be at your best. But just the fact that you carry that spirit to want to be the best, it's going to make people want to compete with you. It's going to make people jealous and envious. It's going to attract opposition where you feel like you're getting some type of resistance, where it's like, oh, you think you the boss. You think you top stuff. You think this, you think that. It's all these you think, which is really projection because this is what they think. Because this is what they see on your life. Okay? So, next. Number 6, it can bring you victory in the face of opposition. This is the one I love about the spirit of excellence. And this is what I had to lean into yesterday when I was feeling discouraged. I had to lean into this because I was like, well, I'm just going to stop being excellent, or I'm just going to stop just being me, basically. You know how you go into those little hissy fits with the Lord, like, well, I'm just going to stop because no one appreciates it. And it's like, I'm doing all of this, and it's like, for what? Remind you, like I told you at the beginning of the video, you're doing this unto the Lord. Always remember you're doing this unto the Lord. But here in the physical, you're just like, I'm just doing all this stuff, and it's like, it's not paying off. Actually, it is. Because when the opposition come and when things happen and when bad things happen, you're always protected. No one can seem to understand why won't she fall? Why won't he fall? Why won't he be exposed? Why won't this, that, and the other? Why won't this? They never seem to understand. Why do they always bounce back? Why are they always, just always? You know what I mean? It's the safety that you get is uncomparable. We are living up to the standard of God, not the standard of men, because the standard of men is very low, just to let you know. I'm just trying to hurry up and get this done. And then the last one, number 7, it makes you prosperous. The spirit of excellence will always make you prosperous. I'm so glad that I just seen prosperous. I literally didn't even get to number 7 because number 6 had me crying and made me go to sleep. But number 7, it says it makes you prosperous. Oh my goodness. We are here. We're under that video on my channel that says from poor to prosperous. From poor to prosperous. Poor is just your financial state. We're not living in poverty. We're not in a poverty mindset. We're just poor materially. That's it. We're about to move into prosperity, period. Keep your spirit of excellence. I love you guys so much.